For your appreciation, I hereby submit the freaking awesomeness of the Hoover Dam, an American landmark described upon its dedication 75 years ago this year as the eighth wonder of the world. 726 feet tall, more than 1,200 feet wide. It not only harnessed the Colorado River, it served as a mass of concrete metaphor for the think big, aim high, get it done spirit of America. If you have not already visited the Hoover Dam, if you haven't already driven across it, chances are you want to, and you should, you really should, only 30 miles from Vegas. When you get there, you will see that the Hoover Dam now has a buddy. The Hoover Dam Bypass Bridge, another edifice of awesomeness, dedicated today, the largest concrete arch bridge in the Western Hemisphere, spanning even higher and even wider than Hoover Dam across the same Black Canyon. It is as spectacular as it is ginormous. The Las Vegas Review-Journal reporting that tourists now visiting the Hoover Dam cannot help but swing themselves around and take photos of the new bridge nearby instead. The Hoover Dam now a perfect place from which to view the new bridge. The new bridge, or at least the little viewing platform they built right off of it, the best vantage point from which to take in the amazing Hoover Dam. Used to be you had to be in a helicopter to get a view of the dam like that. Now, the bridge is officially called the Mike O'Callaghan Pat Tillman Bridge. It is named after a former governor of Nevada and Pat Tillman, the Army Ranger who gave up his career as a football player with the Arizona Cardinals to serve in Afghanistan, where, of course, he was killed by friendly fire. Now, the federal government recognized about 40 years ago that we needed to find another way to get cars across that stretch of the Colorado River, the main route between Vegas and Phoenix. The need for the project became particularly acute after 9/11, when trucks were prevented from coming across the dam out of fear that the dam was now a terrorist target. Trucks were diverted, and they had to drive 30 miles around through Laughlin, Nevada, to avoid the route. It took the government to take action on this. It took government action, 9 years, $240 million to build this much-needed bridge. Crane by crane, column by column, across the mighty Colorado, built by Americans in America, non-outsourceable jobs that kept those workers employed for 9 years because a choice was made. People had to decide to build the bridge and then commit the resources and the time to do it. Stuff like this exists because people chose to build it. We found the money to pay for it. We developed the technology to get it done. But today, in this country right now, the prevailing wisdom seems to be that we shouldn't try anymore. Last week, New Jersey Governor Chris Christie put the kibosh on a tunnel project, a tunnel that would have connected his state to New York City. It would have provided some much-needed relief for the one single tunnel that for 100 years has handled all of the train traffic from the mainland United States west of the Hudson River into Manhattan. Another engineering marvel, the largest concentration of people, of wealth, of industry that this country has, all of it existing on an island just 11 miles long and connected to the rest of the United States only by bridges and tunnels. Governor Christie of New Jersey has decided that his state can no longer afford the third of the cost it would be responsible for, no matter what the upside would be, no matter the economic activity that it would facilitate, no matter the construction jobs created by building the tunnel. Those can just go away. The $600 million already spent on constructing this tunnel, he decided it can be thrown away. Forget it. We don't want to compete like this anymore. Now, that tunnel might still happen. Private financing or the federal government might pick up Chris Christie's share of the cost. But the vision thing, the American can-do spirit of thinking big, aiming high, getting stuff done, meh. It's been replaced with, we can't afford it. We shouldn't bother. We're not capable of stuff like that anymore. Let China do it. We can't be bothered. The new Hoover Dam Bypass Bridge is something they started building 9 years ago. Imagine proposing building it today. Really, imagine making the case today, say before the midterms, for making this kind of investment in our future. Imagine the reaction on the political right. You've got to decide you want to build stuff. You've got to find a way to pay for it, to develop the technology to make it happen. It does not happen on its own.
I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the earth. If we are to go only halfway or reduce our sights in the face of difficulty, in my judgment, it would be better not to go at all.
We are either still that country or we're not. We can either do stuff, awesome stuff, or we can't be bothered. It is an overt choice that we've got to make.